Back on my first video, I broke down the first teaser trailer with its visuals and all the hidden stuff that were in it. In this video, I'll break down the audio part of it. So let's see what secrets can be found in here. The first part is easy to hear, but the second part is more difficult. The trailer starts with an audio from Orson Welles saying, "We know now that in the years of the 20th century, this world was being watched. This is the start of humanity not being the only one in this galaxy, and other life forms were out there." Before this audio, though, there's something interesting. The user who cleaned the audios also said that there is a Morse code in the beginning and someone's transmitting N7 on loop. But what could this mean? As we all know, N7 is the symbol of Mass Effect, and what this means is that the franchise is making its return, followed by Liara taking the N7 piece from the eyes. I know many will want for this to be Shepard, and I don't rule it out. They might return, but for now, we'll have to wait and see. Next, we have an audio from when the two astronauts, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, were ready to step on the moon for the first time, and they were the very first to do so, saying, "Roger copy, Eagle Houston, you're a go for landing, over." After that, we have the events of the game in chronological order, with the first one being the first contact war between humans and Turians.
Ventura station, unknown vessel approaching. We need first contact protocol.
And the following audios being,
"Humanity now stands as partners in the galaxy. Arc 6 is away. Godspeed."
the first one is when humanity had a seat in the galactic community and joined the Council. The Arc 6 part is really interesting though, because the past two audios go by chronological known events. This one is not one of them. We know from Andromeda that there were only 5 arcs: the Human, Turian, Asari, Salarian, and Quarian arc. So this is a new one. But what could this arc contain and who? Personally, I've heard many theories that this arc might have a Shepard in it, but I think it might have Geths. They are, after all, in almost every teaser we've seen so far. But where the Geth are heading to? I believe that they're going to Andromeda for whatever reason there might be, shortly after the other arcs have left the Milky Way. After that, we hear spaceships fighting the Reapers, with one character saying, followed by 2 voices saying,
"Cut me down the dreadnought.
No, engines are going program.
Cut me down the dreadnought.
No, engines are going program.
and one that says,
Is anyone receiving this? We've lost contact.
the contact part doesn't come from the Milky Way, but instead Andromeda. In Andromeda, they tried to speak with the Milky Way people, but no one was responding, and they didn't know what happened with the Reaper War. Now, here comes the hard part. There are multiple voices overlapping with each other, but thanks to Mellowforge, they did clean up the audio. And I cleaned it a little bit more. So let's hear what these voices say.
Anomaly readings all across space.
This voice at first, I thought it said, "You're not leaving us all behind," and then another voice that sounds like a Salarian saying, "Stay." That's without the cleaned version, by the way. The first line is very reminiscent of Liara in Mass Effect 3 when she was heard and spoke to Shepard.
Don't argue with me, Liara.
You're not leaving me behind.
But with the clean version, it says,
Anomaly readings all across space.
we hear an Angara speaking first, and I'm very sure that it sounds exactly like one. And it's not only one, but 2. And the second one says this. His voice sounds a lot like Giles. So it looks like the Angara sent a probe probably to search for something that they saw in Andromeda. and what this anomaly could be that the other voices speak about. Could it be a new one or the skirts? Because in the teaser poster we have what seems to be skirts marks as well as in one of the concept arts for the first teaser. Maybe the skirts will spread through the Milky Way? The next one is again many voices together.
Looks like. Looks like.
Again, it can be either the skirts or something new, but the most interesting thing here is the voices in the end. They are zooming and observe something, and one of the voices sounds very robotic. It's probably a Geth, and maybe they're observing something again. Or it could be the Jardan as well. In the end, you can also hear this, and it sounds like spaceships and gun marching sounds.
Anomaly readings all across space. Anomaly readings all across space.
Maybe a fight will happen with a Geth or some other unknown aliens. Everything you hear on the Geth-shaped nebula are things from the present and what is about to come. The audio along with the imagery hints at things BioWare is working on. Elements from both the Milky Way and Andromeda with familiar characters and voices like the Angara. I'd like to hear your thoughts and what you might hear in all this and your theories. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.